8 surprisingly avoidable reasons why most people will always be poor. Are you someone who constantly wonders why they're always in financial trouble? You may have a steady job and a nice paycheck, yet your bank account routinely goes into overdraft. In this video, we will explain why many people, regardless of their income, find themselves in a constant state of financial struggle. Watch until the end to learn about potential solutions to your problem. Before we begin, be sure to hit that subscribe button for more life hacks and tips. Let's get started. Have you ever wondered about the dramatic disparity between different people's financial situations? According to a study on the causes of poverty conducted by National Public Radio, the Kaiser Family Foundation, and Harvard University's Kennedy School, 48% of respondents blamed the continuous cycle of poverty on people not doing enough to help themselves, while 45% blamed it on circumstances. Surprisingly, nearly half of the survey's wealthier participants considered that the poor were not doing enough to improve their condition, yet this viewpoint was shared by approximately 39% of those experiencing poverty themselves. Many Americans are currently dealing with a variety of financial issues, including rising living and healthcare costs, taxes, and costs for higher education. As a result, these constraints frequently generate a sense of perpetual poverty. While some people fall into poverty as a result of a series of poor daily financial decisions and inequitable circumstances, such as a disparity in opportunities compared to the wealthy, there are tactics that can be used to gradually create money. However, before going on the route to wealth development, it is critical to first recognize the habits that put a pressure on your budget. In this video, I will delve into that subject and share insights to assist you walk the path to financial security. Number 1. You do not save. According to Bankrate data from 2022, 56% of Americans do not have enough funds to pay an unexpected $1,000 cost. This emphasizes a pervasive problem of undersaving, which leads to debt and perpetuates the cycle of poverty. Contrary to common belief, saving does not necessitate a certain quantity of income. The objective is to cultivate the habit of saving, not the amount saved. Saving must be prioritized since it is difficult to save without making it a priority, regardless of income. Many people underestimate the cumulative impact of putting aside little sums on a monthly basis, yet these contributions can add up to the bigger sum you desire over time. Developing a saving habit is difficult and it's not easy, but with experience and consistency, it gets more manageable. Starting to save regularly with each paycheck enhances the likelihood that the habit will be maintained. Remember, the sooner you start saving, the better your chances of financially secured future. Number 2. You do not set financial goals. Do you have a good financial plan in place for the future, or do you just go with the flow? The truth is that there is a substantial difference between people who work with a plan and those who do not. While poor planning is not the underlying cause of poverty, it may certainly keep you there. Conviction is insufficient if you do not have a well-defined plan defining your income, savings, and measures to reach your financial objectives. It is risky to rely solely on luck to get from poverty to affluence. It is critical to create a detailed financial plan for the future in order to avoid financial difficulties. Setting realistic, short, and long-term goals, picturing desired outcomes, and charting a practical path to them are all part of this process. This will drive you to improve your financial status. So, how do you go about making a financial plan? Begin by identifying your financial goals, including those you are presently pursuing as well as those you have yet to begin. Then write down the specifics of each goal, such as the timescale, the amount of money needed, and your present savings. This will allow you to grasp the procedures required to reach each goal and create a concrete plan. Keep in mind that regularly spending more than you make can stymie your financial development. Number 3. You always spend more than you earn. Living within our means is frequently regarded as sound financial advice. However, putting it into practice can be difficult. Do you frequently find yourself looking forward to your next salary in the middle of the month? Not because you've made sensible investments, but because you're running out of money. If this is the case, it's a clear indication that you're living over your means. With the ease of the internet, we can now make purchases from the comfort of our own homes. Furthermore, social media has a big impact on our spending habits. According to a recent survey, 57% of millennials admitted to making unplanned purchases based on what they saw on social media. If this rings true for you, it's time to reconsider your purchasing habits. Remove any extraneous items from your budget and concentrate on saving. Number 4. You spend too much on housing. Excessive house spending is one of the key reasons why many individuals suffer financially. If you spend a considerable amount of your income on housing, it puts a burden on your bank account. The typical guideline is to set aside roughly 30% of your income for housing expenses, which will allow you to live a fair lifestyle given your income level. While the 30% recommendation is a good starting point, keep in mind that circumstances change and modifications may be necessary. For example, if you live in a low-income neighborhood, a $575 monthly rent may be reasonable because it represents only 18% of your monthly salary. However, in high-cost areas like New York City or San Francisco, where average one-bedroom rental rates surpass $2,000 per month, sticking to a 30% rent budget may not always be possible. If your rent payments are too high, you should think about other possibilities to prevent living paycheck to paycheck. You may look at moving to a more affordable house or neighborhood, or you could find a roommate to split the bills. Number 5. You do not budget. A budget serves as the foundation for your personal finances. Without a budget, you will almost certainly become penniless. Without a budget, most people have no idea where their money goes each month, and this is a risky way to manage your money. A budget enables you to understand how you spend your money each month, allowing you to know where to cut back and where to allocate more. Keep track of your goals and have reasonable estimates of when your goals are likely to be met. If you are aware of your terrible spending habits but do not want to be held accountable, a budget will always be avoided because it reminds you of your poor choices. You will not be able to better your financial status as a result. You must track your costs on a regular basis in order to create an effective budget. This allows you to better understand your spending habits and make better strategies in the future. So make a point of recording every expense, right down to the last dime. Number 6. You are waiting for someone to save you. Relying only on relationships to achieve success can perpetuate a cycle of poverty. Many people assume that their success is dependent on finding someone better or more intelligent than themselves. Some people hope for a serendipitous meeting with an old acquaintance or family member who may reveal money-making secrets. Others flock to people who offer fortune through their imagination. As Buddha precisely put it, no one saves us but ourselves. No one can and no one may. We must walk the path. Believing that someone else holds the secret to your prosperity will keep you stationary. Instead, quit expecting a single person or event to change your life. That is not how life works. You must be willing to stretch yourself, work hard, and take chances. Rather than looking for an easy way to success, embrace the discomfort and effort required to develop new abilities. Keep in mind that you do not have an emergency fund. Number 7. You don't have an emergency fund. Prioritize developing an emergency fund before focusing on retirement savings or debt repayment. An emergency fund is a safety net that protects you from unforeseen financial situations. There is always the chance of job loss, which would leave you without a regular income for an extended period of time. You may also incur unanticipated costs such as house maintenance or unforeseen trips. An emergency fund can help you negotiate these difficult situations by paying some or all of the associated expenditures, keeping you from draining your savings or taking out loans. Furthermore, having an emergency fund gives you peace of mind because you know you have a backup plan in place. While retirement savings are critical, some people may forego an emergency fund in order to emphasize retirement savings. While this is not always a terrible decision, it can cause problems when faced with large bills. Individuals may be required to take funds from their retirement accounts in such cases, which should only be done as a last resort. Withdrawing from retirement savings depletes the money and often results in fines, hurting your retirement savings' long-term growth. Number 8. You rely on one stream of income. While relying on a single source of income may appear handy, it exposes you to financial difficulties if unforeseen events such as job loss, business failure, or wage cutbacks occur. Dependence on a single source of income not only puts you in jeopardy, but it also stifles your financial growth. Having numerous income streams allows your money to increase more quickly, bringing you closer to your financial goals. If your current pay is insufficient, you should look into other ways to make money. Diversifying your revenue sources is essential for financial security. As the phrase goes, don't put all your eggs in one basket. By diversifying your income streams, you reduce the chance of losing everything if one source fails. Remember that you have the ability to break away from the cycle of poverty by making deliberate choices and establishing great financial habits. Take charge of your financial destiny and begin paving the way to wealth. Have a good day until then, and take steps toward a brighter financial future.